This is not just a machine being built. This is an idea taking physical form. Every great creation begins with a vision, a thought inside the human mind that refuses to stay imaginary. Today, that vision moves from concept to reality. At first, there is nothing but empty space, silence. Then, planning begins. Designs are drawn, measurements are calculated. Every detail matters because in engineering, perfection is not an option, it is a requirement. The foundation is prepared carefully. Strong materials are selected not for appearance, but for purpose. Strength, flexibility, balance, endurance. Each property is chosen with intention. Now the construction begins. Piece by piece, the structure starts to rise. Frames are assembled, joints are aligned, and supports are reinforced. Every connection is checked again and again because a single mistake can affect the entire system. This is where patience meets precision. Inside this structure, something more complex is forming. Circuits are installed like veins inside a body. Wires become pathways carrying energy and information. Every signal has a destination. Every connection has meaning. This is not random assembly. This is controlled creation. As components come together, the machine begins to resemble something familiar, a body, a form, a presence. Motors are placed carefully, tested for smooth motion and controlled power. Sensors are added to give awareness. They allow the machine to see, feel, measure, and respond. Without them, it would be blind and unaware. With them, it begins to understand its environment. At this stage, the robot is still silent. It does not move on its own yet, but beneath the surface, it is already alive with potential. Now comes the brain. Processors are installed, the decision makers of the system. This is where intelligence begins. Here, data becomes action. Commands become movement. Software is written line by line. Every instruction is precise. Every function is tested. There is no room for error because machines do exactly what they are told. Nothing more, nothing less. This is where human intelligence meets artificial intelligence. Testing begins. Small movements at first, a slight rotation, a gentle lift, a controlled response. Every movement is observed closely. Engineers adjust speed, strength, timing, and balance. Failures are expected. Errors are not setbacks, they are lessons. Each correction brings improvement. Each test brings refinement. Slowly, coordination improves. Movements become smoother. Reactions become faster. The robot begins to behave not like a collection of parts, but like a single system. Now, attention turns to protection and durability. Outer layers are added, armor, casing, or skin, not just for appearance, but to protect what lies within. This outer shell shields sensitive components from damage, heat, and impact. Design meets function here. Every curve, every surface, every joint is shaped with purpose. At this moment, the robot looks complete, but creation is not finished yet. Calibration begins. Sensors are aligned, cameras are focused, balance systems are tuned, energy consumption is optimized. The robot learns how to stand, how to move, how to conserve power. It learns limits, how far it can go, how strong it can push, how fast it can react. This is discipline programmed into metal and code. Now comes one of the most critical stages, integration. All systems are activated together. Movement, sensing, processing, and response work as one. This is the moment where theory becomes reality. The robot takes its first full action, a step forward, a turn, a deliberate motion, not perfect, but functional. Engineers watch closely. Every sound matters. Every vibration matters. Data flows constantly, revealing strengths and weaknesses. Adjustments are made again and again and again, because excellence is built through repetition. As time passes, the robot becomes more confident. Movements gain purpose, reactions become precise. This is no longer an experiment, this is a working creation. But a robot is more than mechanics and software. It represents something deeper. It represents human curiosity, the desire to build, to understand, to improve. It represents our need to push boundaries, to turn imagination into something real. Every robot tells a story of problem solving, of failure and success, of creativity and discipline working together. Now comes the final inspection. Every system is checked one last time. Safety protocols are verified, performance limits are tested, nothing is left to chance, because responsibility is part of creation. When the robot is finally activated in full mode, it stands as proof of what humans can achieve when knowledge, technology, and vision come together. This is not the end of the journey. This robot will learn, it will improve, it will adapt. And with every new creation like this, we move one step closer to the future. A future where machines do not replace humans, but extend human capability. What you are witnessing is not just a robot being built. It is the result of countless ideas, hours of work, and relentless dedication. This is engineering. This is innovation. This is the future, being assembled one piece at a time.
We have clearance on the east side. Keep it level.
Roger. Maintaining course.
We have clearance on the east side. Keep it level.
Roger. Maintaining course.
It's finally finished. Magnificent.